Hi guys, sorry I haven't filmed for probably a couple of weeks now. As you can see behind me, we have knocked through our wall into our dining room, so the house is a complete mess. So I had nowhere to film and like things are packed away and it's just been a bit hectic. I think half the makeup that I left down here is packed away in boxes, so... so I thought as it's sort of tidy and I've got the house, I would film a few videos today. It's what day are we on now? It's Saturday and my floor should be laid by Tuesday and my dad will be painting Wednesday, Thursday, so by next weekend there will be a tree up and it'll all be done and I'll be a very happy bunny. Alright, so I'm going to be doing, from the title, as it suggests, the advice for my teenage self tag, which the lovely Miss Budget Beauty tagged me in on her Meet the McCools channel. So if you don't already follow her vlog channel, I'll link that below. So I like these ones because they're rambly. So question 1, 3 makeup fashion do's. Right, I don't know, I always think when I was in my early 20s I had a lot of like, why did I do that when I was a teen, but now I'm a bit older, I'm 27, I don't sort of, fashion do's, do wear fitted clothes a bit more, because I think it's a teenage thing. I just wore baggy clothes. When I was in sixth form, which is like 16, 17, 18, I just wore baggy jeans with baggy polo neck t-shirts, and that was like when I was like, you know, turning 18, I was just wearing baggy t-shirts. I never wore anything fitted, so I always made myself look bigger than I was, which I think made me feel bigger than I was, because I was only like a size 10 to 12 when I was that age, and I mean, I'm not talking skimpy skirts and stuff, but if I wore like something a bit more fitted, I think I would look better, but I don't think I had the confidence to do that back then, but I would tell myself to do that more because I would look a lot better. Another fashion and makeup do. I experimented a lot with makeup anyway. I didn't go out with what I experimented with, but maybe that's a do, so. Not when I was really young, because I'm glad I didn't wear makeup till I was like properly at 18, because I think that's probably why my skin was alright, because I didn't wear makeup. So I would say do when I was like 18, which is still a teenager. When I experiment with makeup, go out with it on. Because I just stuck to it in my bedroom. Like I do now. I'm wearing very like bright makeup, but I'm not leaving the house today. But I'd go to work with this. Another makeup fashion do. Experiment more with fashion. Like I said, jeans and a navy polo shirt is what I wore for pretty much 2 years. I didn't wear the same ones. All I had was blue jeans and all I had was like blue navy polo shirts, so I wish I would experiment more, get different colours at least. So I would say do experiment more. Obviously wear what I was comfortable in, but maybe throw in a red t-shirt or okay, the next question is 3 don'ts. Right, this one's easy. I have more regrets of what I didn't do to what I did do. Don't throw away anything, because when you're like really young, your feet are going to grow. When I was like 15, my feet were a size 6 and they never changed, so shoes that fit me then would fit me now, and I had this pair of boots and I was like, I'll never wear them again. You know the ones that are all back in fashion now where they're really high at the front and really high at the back? Oh my god, I just wish I did not throw them away. I had them in the boots and I had them in the sandal version, and those sandal versions would be so in fashion right now. Well, not in winter, but all this summer would be so in fashion. And I was like, my mum goes, do you want to get rid of them because they're just taking up room? I was like, yeah, I'll never wear them again. And to this day, it's like the biggest regret ever. So don't throw anything away that fits, especially with shoes. I think shoes is the key because it always comes back in fashion. Another don't was my hair. Now it looks normal and this is my natural colour, but weirdly, the same as Miss Budget Beauty, I was 11 years old when I started dyeing my hair because it was in year 7. My mum used to put red hair dye on me to see if she liked it for her. So I had temporary hair dyes from like the age of 10, because my sister used to put, you know, the mousse ones in, and then I had permanent hair dyes in from the age of 11. So I don't necessarily regret that, but what I do regret, because it led on to, because every time I dyed my hair red it always went ginger and I hated it, so I, in one weekend, bleached my hair 4 times, as in bleached it on the Friday night, bleached it later on the Friday night a bit more, bleached it on the Saturday, bleached again, like used 2 lots of bleaches. So I bleached my hair with 4 bleach sets in one weekend, and then on the Sunday I dyed it black because I thought if I bleach all the ginger out and then put black on, it would sort of fix my hair. Oh god. It was just like, that was the biggest don't ever. Dyeing my hair black was just awful because I just looked pale and washed out. Bleaching my hair just ruined it, so I'll say that's a big don't. Okay, and the third don't is a specific incident. Never ever listen to your mum for fashion advice. I remember it was the first day of non-uniform day at school, so it was like a random Friday and it was non-uniform day, and all my friends said we're wearing trackies and trainers because that's what you wore in those days, tracksuit bottoms and trainers and baggy tops. And that's what I wanted to wear. My mum says, no, you're not going to school in tracky bottoms, you're going to look a right mess. She did the head swing. No, she didn't. So she made me go in a black skirt with black tights and a black cardigan, and then I had a bright orange polo neck, so that's alright so far. But then she made me wear orange socks, little ankle socks, on top of my black tights with black shoes, and I got picked on all day because I was wearing bright orange socks on top of my tights, because mum thought I'd look really pretty and cute. And then I ended up walking home from school, which took about 45 minutes because I daren't get on the bus. And people were going, hey, look at her orange socks. And so never ever listen to your mum. Go where you got instinct and wear your baggy trousers and your baggy top. Right, so the next one is deep and meaningful advice to myself. I would say the biggest thing, nothing to do with fashion and beauty, but just to relax, not stress over things, because I panicked, what uni do I go to? And then I picked uni and I loved it. I panicked over GCSEs, which were the right ones to pick, but I picked ones that I just enjoy, so I should just go with what I enjoy. But the main thing I didn't relax about was my boyfriend, which the one I'm engaged to now. He was always, when we first got together, I wasn't like, we weren't serious, well, we were serious, but you know what I mean, and he always wanted to go travel. He was like, oh, I want to go travelling and stuff. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Then after 3 years together, he was like, yeah, as soon as I finish uni, I'm going off travelling. I was like, what about me? And I was always like, just stressful, like, does he love me? Does he want to be with me? And you know, like, it's a typical teenage thing, and this was in my early 20s. I was always like, oh my god, he doesn't like me as much as I like him, and you know, like typical teenage stuff. I just wish I could have said to myself, relax, Laura, boys are a bit slower at that than girls. He will eventually fall in love with you, he will eventually want to marry you. Because even like 5 years, well 4 years ago, 3 years ago, in fact 2 years ago, I was still like, he's never going to marry me, oh my god, he's never going to marry me, and because he didn't want to get married, to be fair. But I wish I could just tell myself, just enjoy your boyfriend, enjoy being together, and just relax, because eventually he will propose to you. But I just wish I could tell myself to relax, because I think I stressed over him a lot. And obviously it's worked out because we're still together, but I was like, yeah, rang me in 2 days. Why didn't he rang me? He don't like me, he's going to break up with me. And honestly, that was what would always go through my head. And it's like, for God's sake. And when I hear teenage girls talk about that, I just feel like going up and slapping them and saying, for God's sake, you're a teenager, stop worrying about that stuff. And I wish when I was at uni I didn't worry about that stuff much. I sound like I'm a bit of a psycho, but I worried about it the normal amount. It just, now that I'm 27 and more mature, it just seems a lot of stress. I just wish I would just relax, enjoy uni, enjoy life, and just see where it goes. Right, so what's the next one? One tip for school. I really liked school. I didn't work hard like my friends who like were boffins, but I didn't slack off, if you know what I mean. Just my advice for school was just do, you know, as is. What I did was I loved school, and well, I didn't really love it that much. I liked school, I had good close friends, I really liked lessons, I liked going to school, I'd never skipped school. I never skipped school actually. So just do what you do. I don't have advice for me at school because I think it went pretty well. Probably revise more actually, yeah. It's always one of those things in hindsight, same thing at uni. I'd always leave my essays to last minute, still ahead of my friends though. And after I did it, I was like, for God's sake, why didn't I do it earlier? So that would be my advice actually, is as soon as you get your homework, go home, do it, don't leave it till the night before. And I wish I could tell myself that now because I never did it at the time, so yes, that's my advice. One tip for friends. I would say make the effort more, because at school I always had a close knit. There was like two friends. I had 2 friends like in year 7 and 8, kept one of those friends, one of them moved away, got another friend, so there was always 3 of us. So I had a close knit of friends, and I didn't worry about my other friends. You know, like you have your really best friends and your out friends. Don't worry about them because you've got your best friends. I think that's all that matters. Don't worry about those kind of people. And I wish now, well, I suppose I'm not a teenager now, but keep in contact with them more. But they were my bestest friends as a teenager, and just don't worry about other people that are not your bestest friends. I'm waffling, aren't I? But you know what I mean. Okay, so the last one is one tip for fun. Have it. That was so boring. Oh, I suppose it's your idea of fun, isn't it? My idea of fun as a teenager was my friends used to come over, we used to have sleepovers where everyone else was getting drunk in town. So I would say have more fun. Not too much fun though. Too much fun can be bad for you. But yeah, so a tip for fun is just not stressed as well. I'm one of those, it's like, if we had to catch the bus somewhere, I was like, oh my god, we've got to be there early, we've got to make sure we catch the bus, we might miss the bus. I did it with Miss Budget Beauty when we were going to Sheffield. I was like, Kyla, we've got to get there early, we might miss the bus. And she made me freaking miss the train as well. She was 2 minutes late. So I stress. I was the organisation person of the group. Everyone else would be having fun. I was like, where is everyone? Is everyone here? We're all here. Yeah, the bus is in an hour. And I'd be checking my watch, go, right, we've got an hour more of fun, and then we've got to go home. Dad's picking me up at this time. And I think I should have just relaxed more, but that's not my nature. I don't relax. So, yeah, that's it. So I think my overall advice for myself is just to relax a bit more, have a bit more fun. Don't stress, it all works out in the end. I know people say that, but if my boyfriend never proposed to me, then I suppose it didn't work out in the end, but he did, so it all worked out in the end. Enjoy school, enjoy your friends. You only need close friends. Same as on Mulder, I've only got close friends. When you go to university, work hard, but play hard. And I suppose that's it. So, right, tagging for this. I think Miss Budget Beauty tagged some people that I wanted to tag anyway, like Laura and Alice. But if any of you want to do this, do this. I like these talky tags. So do it, leave it with a video response, and I will see you in the next video. So, bye.